Hi guys, Paul Reese here, DPRS Unlimited, little guy helping little guy get from where you are to where you want to be. Now today's quick video got a little bit of inspiration. We're going to be talking about the law of attraction, what it is, how it works, and how it's not just a bunch of hoopla. So a lot of people, when they hear about the law of attraction, things like that, they don't really believe what they're hearing. And I don't really blame you. I'd be pretty skeptical myself if I didn't have any scientific reasoning behind it. Now, scientifically speaking, how the law of attraction realistically works is inside your brain you have this little thing. It's called the reticular activating system. Now your reticular activating system is there to control what you do and what you do not consciously pay attention to, because there's too much information going on at one time for your mind to actually be able to comprehend everything. So what it does is it takes in all this information, filters it out, and only gives you the stuff that's important to you, or the stuff that you are paying attention to, basically. So you can notice this in the fact that when you buy new shoes or new clothes or a new car or anything like that, that you'll start to notice that thing, whatever it is, around everywhere. And it's not that, everybody's suddenly starting to get that thing. It's that now your brain knows that that thing is important to you, so to start paying attention to it. So your reticular activating system will start attuning to start paying attention to the things that you want in your life. Now, the problem with this is the law of attraction works whether you want it to or you don't. And most of us are trained to think negatively. Now, why is that? Well, it starts from your childhood, okay? When you're a little child, you're a baby, what do you learn? When you cry, all of a sudden your mom, dad, caretaker, whoever it is comes to take care of you, feed you, change your diaper, whatever it has to be. That's your first reinforcement for negativity equals confirmation. Now, confirmation is a basic human need. All humans, we desire, we want, we crave that confirmation that others give us. That's pretty much a lot of the things that we do are just for that. People want to be rich, people want to be famous. A lot of it, they're just seeking confirmation from other people. So that's our first, that's our first sort of, reinforcement that negative behaviors, negative ideas, negative things bring us positive confirmation from other people. And then it gets reinforced even further as you get a little bit older, you're in young adulthood, you're still trying to get that confirmation, the confirmation that you want from your peers. You can get that sort of, but the real confirmation you want is from the adults, the elders in the group, the people who are of importance. And when you try and get their attention, you try and talk to them, things like that, they don't pay any attention to you. They just ignore you, they brush you off. Maybe you remember this as a child, or maybe you've done this to your own children. So they just kind of brush you off, and nobody, especially adults, really pays attention to you unless you get hurt. But the second you fall off your bike, you fall off a jungle gym, things like that, and an adult sees you, what happens? They immediately come running over to you and trying to see if you're okay. Thus again, reinforcing the fact that something negative can bring you confirmation. Okay? And so these reinforcements throughout our life started to train us to talk about negative things. Now, when you think about it, are most of your conversations throughout the day about positive things or about negative things? Are you talking about the things that you have, all the good things that are happening to you, all the luck that's going on in your life? Or are you like the majority of people and you talk about the things you lack? That person who pissed you off today, the road rage you had on the drive to work, the fact that you didn't get something somewhere at some time, the fact that, whatever in the hell it happens to be. Most people talk about negative things, and the reason for that is again, you get that confirmation from it. If I'm having trouble with, my girlfriend, for example, and I start talking about that, everybody's going to want to come to me and try and give me relationship advice, check in with me and make sure I'm okay, and I get all this confirmation from all these people, all this love, all this, everybody's talking to me. But if I start talking about things that are good for me, the luck that I'm having, I might get, oh, good job, that's cool. So anyways, and they'll go and start talking about what they wanted. So you get a lot less confirmation from talking about positive things. So since you're talking about negative things all the time, your reticular activating system says, oh, okay, so this person likes talking about negative events. Let's bring as many negative events into their life as possible so they can get the confirmation that they desire, and I can help them out. Now, your brain doesn't know that that's actually hurting you because they're bringing all the negative things into your life. What your brain's doing is giving you the confirmation that you desire. So, What you need to do is consciously start adjusting what it is that you say and that you do on a regular basis. You know, and instead of talking about that new car that you wish you had, talk about the steps that you're doing right now to get that new car and how that new car will be yours eventually. Because it will if you keep trying. It doesn't really matter. All things give way to persistence. Everything. You keep trying and the world will have to give way eventually to your will. So, that being said, that's the scientific reasoning behind the law of attraction working. It goes through what you do and what you say on a regular basis, and your brain takes that as something that is necessary or something that you like to do or something that you like to talk about. And what your brain will do is it'll start picking out scenarios. I can't remember the exact statistics, but only something like 1 to 10% of what you see, you actually consciously take in. The rest is all taken in by your subconscious. So that means at least 90% of everything that you see in this world gets filtered out, and only 10% of the information actually makes it to you. Now, with that being said, that 10% of information is the things that you consciously want to pay attention to. That's how you've attuned your reticular activating system. So to give you a quick example of your reticular activating system, I'm going to try not to make this video too much longer, but I got a lot to say on this subject. But to give you a quick example of your reticular activating system, what I would like you to do is look around your room and pick out everything that you can in your room that's green. Okay, look around everything that's green, everything that's green, everything that's green. Look around, look around, look around. Okay. Everything that's green, I want you to pick out everything around you that is completely green. Green, 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 green. Okay, now close your eyes. Now, with your eyes closed, I want you to write down everything that you saw that was yellow. Well, you told me to think about green. You know, if you're in an area where you're very familiar with, this may not have worked as well. But if you're in from area that you're not that familiar with, what you'll see is when you start to try and pick out different colors, like something that was yellow, for example, or, you know, even something that was brown or something that was orange, you have a difficult time picking out those colors because your reticular activating system at the time was attuned to green. You were filtering out everything but green. You were bringing in everything green and trying to filter out everything else so you can consciously remember everything that was green. That's your reticular activating system working, okay? So, the things that you talk about daily, if they're negative, they're going to bring you negative things. If they're positive, they're going to bring you positive things. As it says in, I believe, Rhonda Bryan's book, The Magic. Not the Law of Attraction, but it's called The Magic. So, in that book, you know, one of the quotes in there is, when you give thanks for things, things are given to you. When you take things for granted, the things that you have are taken from you. And there's a lot of research and stuff in the Bible, those kind of things that will support that saying. But I'm here to tell you scientifically how this all works. Now, if you want to get deeper into the subject, you can also talk about how it works through quantum physics. Now, quantum physics is this new realm. It's still theory, not fact as of right now, but all science always starts off as theory. So, basically, what quantum physics says, I'll include a link in the description below for Dr. Quantum. It's a little bit of a childish video, but he has a video explaining what's called the dual slit experiment. Now, the dual slit experiment is said to be the do-all, be-all of quantum physics. It said if you can understand the dual slit experiment, that you can understand all of quantum physics. So what is the dual slit experiment? Basically, without going into complete detail, again, the link to the description is below if you're interested in it, what the dual slit experiment explains is that everything is always happening at the same time and all possibilities can always happen. But the observer, i.e. you or me, alters the waves of reality into a concrete reality, for lack of a better word. So, basically, how you see the world affects the physical world itself. Quantum physics basically says that nothing around us is actually real, that we make it that way because we see it that way. Now, it's a little bit difficult, but once you start getting into quantum physics, you can get really excited about the law of attraction and things like that, because quantum physics really helps to explain on a more scientific quantum level how the law of attraction actually works and can benefit you, because you are actually, just by thinking, altering your physical reality according to quantum physics. So, that being said, guys, this is a really long video. I hope I've really covered everything for you and teaching you, what the law of attraction is, how it works scientifically, and one more thing, I'll give you something to help you benefit you and start bringing the law of attraction into your own life. Okay, so I have two things for you. One, what I would recommend that you do is every morning, every night, what I'd like you to do is in the morning, you're going to be reviewing this list, and at night you're going to be making this list, okay? So what you're going to do is go to your computer, a notepad, notebook, whatever, and every night write down at least 10 things that you're grateful for, you're thankful for in your life. That could be things that somebody gave you, things that are happening in your life, whatever it is. At least try and get to 10, though. Every morning, review that list and actually take the time to actually feel that gratitude, feel how, let your heart warm up, and start becoming thankful every morning for the things that you already have. And every night before you go to bed, you'll be coming up with this list of things that you had to be thankful for throughout the day. So this list will grow and grow and grow the longer that you continue doing it. Now, why does this work? Now, in the morning, first thing in the morning, your mind is most susceptible to subconscious programming. So by reviewing your list every morning and actually feeling that gratitude, it'll start subconsciously programming your mind to pay attention to those things that are good for you and the things that you are grateful for, so it can bring more of those things to you. Now, working on it at night, scientifically proven that when you work on something right before bed, going to sleep, and you wake up and you try it again, you'll be better at it than you were before. I'll include a link to the description in the description below to a Harvard study that proves that you can get better in your sleep. Okay? So, that being said, the next thing that you can do to start getting the law of attraction to work for you is start getting rid of the negativity in your life, okay? So what I would like you to do is for the next 7 days, try and go 7 full days without saying anything negative, okay? Now, start over if you don't make it a full 7 days, which you'll probably have to start over several times if you're going to try and do it properly. But the benefit to you will be extremely tremendous. So what you're going to want to do, a little tip for this is don't try and just get rid of all negativity in your life, okay? Try and take those negative things and put a positive spin on them. Okay, so if something bad happens to you, say you get into a car accident, for example. Now, most people are going to take that and they're going to be pissed off all day or, all night or all week, all month even, about their car wreck, okay? When really, there's a lot of things in that situation that you have to be grateful for. Maybe there's an insurance check that you get that gets you a better car, or a car that's better on, or better economically, so you don't have to spend as much money on gas. You're alive, for God's sakes. You got into a car accident and you lived. That's something to be grateful for. What's great about that situation at that time? Take the things that you want, and instead of just trying to discount them all together, put a positive spin on them. So instead of talking about the things that you want or that you don't have, talk about the things that you're getting, or the things that you've been given, or the things that are like the thing that you have or that you're desiring and you wanting, or the things that you're doing to get the thing that you desire or you want. So just put a positive spin on it. Try and go 7 full days without saying or thinking anything negative, and catch yourself if you think to yourself, oh, that guy's such an idiot, I wish you'd freaking, stop yourself right there and be like, this is an opportunity for me to be able to work harder by being able to show this person how to do things properly, or a better way to do things. So, I know it's been a long video, guys, so long and short, just to sum it up, that way, you don't have to pay attention to the whole video if you don't want to, but just to sum everything up, law of attraction basically says that like attracts like, and things are attracted to things that are similar to them. Okay, it works because of your reticular activating system consciously paying attention to the things that you do talk about and do all the time on a consistent basis. Also works because of quantum physics saying that, you know, we can actually alter our reality by being the observer. So all those three things being said, hopefully that gave you just a brief idea of what the law of attraction actually is and how you can use it to benefit yourself, and stop thinking that it's a bunch of hoopla, because there's a lot of scientific evidence to prove it. Just most of these gurus and things out there don't take the time to study the science behind it and show you guys why it works or explain to you guys why it works. So until next time, guys, this has been Paul Reese, DPRS Unlimited, Little Guy helping the little guy. Make sure that you're working on turning your passion into your profit. Thank you, guys.